Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and...
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going to throw right side here, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. There goes Sterling Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard, 77 yards. New York set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. And to give this time to the tailback. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Barkevius Mingo in that time on the tackle.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
It's caught, Shepard. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
The goal of every offense is to move the chains, pick up first downs. A nice job finding an open receiver for a completion.
And they'll go on the ground. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
They'll send Beckham alone to the left side. He'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Incomplete. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come out here in the I. Halfback sent in motion. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. Now a handoff here to his running back. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He finds Beckham complete. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, they see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And the box with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Call it a gain of 3. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed. And that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
They'll drop to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Here we go now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The New York set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Now let's go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. It's caught. Shepard. Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here.
Now let's go. Blue landing. Blue landing. No. Check. Patriots. Gone.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Now a play fake here on first down. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. The New York set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster. It all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time. One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8, now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Finding time, and down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So a big sack on 2nd down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for 3rd. They come out here in the eye.
Detroit!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Surveying the field. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Back to throw here. He's got time. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many close style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 11 on the gain there, and it's first down, New York.
Well, that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Here we go now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll get him down right about the 20. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5. So this is the second consecutive week, as you look at the numbers, that he just doesn't seem to have the same pop as we normally see him with.
Is there an injury we don't know about?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because that's a legitimate question right now. We're used to speed, power, all coming together. And what I've always loved about him is his vision. You know, last week he didn't have that as well. Always thought he was picking the wrong hole to try and run through. And his blockers, they seem to be getting him to the right place, but he picked the wrong spot. We're seeing some of that again this week. Can they snap it together? Can they get back in sync? Because normally we see them go together very, very well.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because then you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. And they'll run it here. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And he'll give it here to his running back. It'll be a gain of 4. And the decision to go for it pays off. They've got a 1st and goal. And they're going to speed things up here.
One of the hallmarks of their success this year, they've been fearless on 4th down. And they convert another one right here to move the chains.
Here we go. 3-19.
1st down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now.
2nd and goal. Defense digging in again here. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. Well, that turned out how they wanted. Run the toss play to the left side. Go for that pylon. Get in there.
And just be
New York set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing it to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
No. Check. Patriot.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And to give this time to the tailback. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They come up in an offset eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football?
And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Barkevius Mingo able to get him for a loss of about 3. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
Here we go now. Green.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
They're going to look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. And the seemingly endless drive continues. And they'll go on the ground. And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Giants add on to... And New York set to take the field. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be.
Now, a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Fresh set of downs here. That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tremendous coverage there. Just did not catch the football and complete the interception. But what do they say all the time? If he had really good hands, he'd be playing offense.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd. So well, Charles, it's great to win at home.